Hello, welcome to Jade Rose Yoga's channel. My name is Mish and I'll be guiding you through this water element practice today. You need a bolster, a pillow or some blocks and a mat, and we'll just find a seated kneeling position to begin this practice today. So this class is a water element class which focuses on the meridians of kidney and bladder. And it focuses a lot on the emotions of fear circulating energetically and emotionally in your body, and helps us to release that sort of feeling of anxiousness and fear. So we're going to start with our hands just on our stomachs, closing down the eyes, elongating the spine, and beginning to consciously breathe into the palms of your hands. So feeling this belly expand with the breath. And exhale, emptying. Breathing in deeply and expansively, and taking long grounding breaths back out. Just noticing the sensation of your belly expanding with the breath. Noticing this wave-like quality of your breath, where each breath flows in and out over the entire body, rushing over you like a wave. From here, bringing your hands into the region of your lower back where your kidneys reside, placing each palm and feeling the warmth of your hands supporting this organ of your kidneys, which is associated with the water element. The filtration of water in our bodies occurs at the kidneys, and it's said to be the organ that harnesses fear and holds on to it within our bodies. So breathing deeply into the support of your hands, noticing the sensation of expansion there, and emptying with the breath out. Taking 2 more deep breaths into the kidneys, into this region where the lower back is, and emptying. From here, you're placing your palms up around the rib cage, so along the side body where you can feel into the rib bones. It just sort of sits under a woman's bra line. Breathing expansively into the hands and ribs, breathing diaphragmatically, and then emptying. Inhale as you fill up, and exhale as you empty. Taking 2 more deep breaths in, a long breath out. Then finally we place our hands upon the chest, the upper lungs, the heart space, expanding into this region, using the full quality and capacity of your breath as you breathe in deeply. And taking long, emptying breaths out. From here, placing one hand in your heart space, the other down at your womb if you're a woman, your dantian, or just this stomach region, the lower belly. Allowing your awareness just to connect with your own energy now, witnessing yourself however it is you are, witnessing the physical form, any sensations of tension in the body, any emotional states you might have arrived carrying within your practice. And rather than resisting or avoiding whatever is going on for you today, allowing this practice to be this opening to hold space for it, where this emotional state, this physical state, this mental state, it really starts to inform your practice. Allowing this nourishment of your own hands to sit upon your heart and womb, stomach. And then beginning to place both hands on the knees and creating a seated cat-cow motion where you're sort of doming out the upper thoracic and allowing this opening sensation at the chest. So fingertips to the knees, and then they pull back towards the hip bones. Inhale as you open, exhale fingertips to knees. Inhale chest forward, fingertips to thighs, exhale fingertips to knees. Opening the chest and closing, doming out. Breathing, opening, heart leans forward, exhale, closing. Inhale, chest forward, exhale, closing. A few more rounds, allowing for that fast opening sensation around the heart, chest, and closing back. Last 2, in, out, in, and out. From here, we're going to find a traditional cat-cow. So the motion is very much the same. Your shoulders are over the wrists, the knees are hip distance apart. You're doming out the upper thoracic. And then beginning to drop your hips, looking up through towards the ceiling, creating a spaciousness surrounding the spine. Inhale, and exhale as you dome the shoulders out. Breathe in as you begin to look up and lengthen. And exhale as you dome the shoulders back out. Breathing in, dropping the hips, gazes up. Noticing the sensations around the shoulders, the hips, the muscles that surround your spine. Witnessing this field of sensation throughout the entire body as you work through this slow rhythm. Connecting the breath to the sensations in your body, and then allowing yourself to move like water now, working much more fluidly, much more intuitively with your breath, stirring into the body, down into the hips, into any sensations that feel tense or tight, starting to awaken all of the muscles that surround the spine and the hips and the lower back. Allowing for these deeper explorative breaths, stirring into the hips, allowing the muscles of the stomach to relax, taking about 5 more deep breaths. You might shift back and forth, you might shift side to side, moving really intuitively with your body now, opening this practice for your creativity to flow through, where you have more freedom and space with your own practice. There's no right or wrong way. Less rigidity, more openness and flow. And then on the next exhale, either just grounding in child's pose as you are, or if you have a pillow or bolster for your practice, you might like to glide that underneath the body. And allowing for this real surrendering sensation of grounding in the space, grounding your practice, grounding in your body. You might notice your body actually feels heavier in this place, or it might begin to feel open and light. Noticing the sensations that are here at the beginning, the arrival of your practice. Exploring the breath and all of the sensations that accompany your breath. Breathing right down into the stomach and up towards the chest, the lungs, the upper back, expanding on every inhale, witnessing this opportunity to draw energy into the body. Emptying with every breath out. Allowing for this grounding sensation of letting go, the surrender of your practice. So we are working with this water-like ocean quality throughout our practice today. The water element, it's tied to emotions when out of balance, stagnant in the bodies. It's tied to the emotion of fear and anxiety. So if you've been feeling really anxious or fearful, a water element practice can be really helpful for you to navigate those emotions and to let them go. Water can be helpful for us in gaining a sense of trust in life, to release our grip and to find more of an openness, sense of surrender and letting go. When we work with water, there's a real theme of surrender and trust. You'll notice many of the postures create this sensation of releasing along the back body, the lower back, the neck and shoulders. And there's kind of a closed action throughout the shapes where the body surrenders into the shape. The exhales become really paramount for this practice. So concentrating on that breath in as an opening and the exhale as your surrender, that moment to release the fear from your body. So from here, we'll just start to press up onto our next shape. So you're going to come to a standing position. Feet are about hip distance apart and the movement is known as dangle. We won't be in this one for too long, but aim to bend your knees and rest your chest upon your thighs. And as you start to ground down in the shape, anchoring down through the soles of the feet, the heels of the foot and the big toes, and just stirring gently, again fluidly and intuitively into the hips and lower back, you might allow for this gentle stirring, or like to rather just catch the elbows and stay steady. Alternatively, you could have your bolster ahead of you supporting the hands, but really bending the knees, allowing for this real surrender and softness in the upper body, where the neck, the face, shoulders, jaw all relax. All of those muscles in the face, shoulders, neck relaxing as you soften, witnessing yourself like a waterfall now, as if all of this tension you've been harboring in the upper body begins to pour out from the top of the crown, down along the back of the neck, emptying out from the temples, face and jaw, and just crashing down towards the floor. Noticing this real grounding action down at the soles of your feet, running up the back of the legs, and then beginning to ground into the feet even deeper as you find your Yogi squat position, Malasana. So you might sit in this shape with a real open torso, allowing the elbows to hook forward from the knees, and you can take your feet a little wider, or you might even like to support yourself with a bolster. I'll show you from the side. This shape can look different for us all, so you can use your bolster for a more passive variation, or you can sit comfortably if the shape works in your body, anchoring down through the big toes and just starting to find if you feel more comfortable with the feet more open or more square, as you find your shape, closing the eyes, softening the muscles around the stomach and your belly, focusing on this groundedness through your feet. So water element is one of the few elements that actually has a meridian tied to the base of our feet. So the water element, it runs from the sole of the feet all the way back up. The kidney meridian runs along the sole of the feet, up the back of the legs, all the way up the back body towards the neck, the shoulders, and up through the temples. And then you have the bladder meridian running down from the temples along the back. So front and back. Breathing into the feet, allowing this wave-like energy to circulate through the body. You might like to connect with the colors of the ocean, the color blue, this tranquil, crystalline color of water. Or you could rather connect with this golden sun-like energy, the color of the sacral chakra, the color associated with the chakra associated with our hips, this region that we'll be working with in many of the shapes today. And allow either this crystalline blue or sparkling golden sunny orange to circulate throughout the entire body, and to be this mindful awareness of this prana and energy that you're shifting and recalibrating. So from here, slowly coming out of your squat and finding our first rebound on our back. So if you're using a bolster today, it's quite nice to place the bolster underneath the knees, and then just allow yourself to lay back effortlessly. Imagining yourself drifting now with the tide, drifting the ocean, completely supported, floating on bumpy waves, where this quality of the ocean is becoming less and less wild and erratic, and more still. Rather than feeling like you're drowning in this ocean of life, you're starting to feel part of this ocean, like a single wave within it, completely connected and supported by it, connected to your own qualities of nature, connected to this water element that moves through your body, which our body is made mostly up of. The water that runs through the bone marrow, the water of your blood, the water we excrete and filtrate through the urinary and bladder and kidney, regions and organs of our bodies. So finding your way into butterfly pose. So this one can be done with a bolster either under the knees or sort of supporting the head. The knees are bent, the feet are together. And you want to be, again, quite passive and gentle with this shape. So not taking yourself to the deepest muscular stretch, just allowing yourself to feel that real energy of surrender with the shape, where your body is flowing and effortlessly dropping into the support of the bolster beneath you. The palms are open, there's no clenching of the fist. The muscles of the face can release, relax. The muscles of the stomach can relax into this support. The upper body softens. You might feel a compression at the stomach, but the entire upper body relaxes. Back of the neck, nice and soft. Again, there's this pouring out of the energy at the top of the head, pouring out any stagnation of the prana or chi circulating through the body. Breathing deeply now from the tips of the toes, sole of the feet, up along the back of the legs, through the lower back, up along the stomach, up through the mid-back, upper back, chest, neck, shoulders, pouring down the back of the neck, down through the temples, down through the face, jaw, pouring out through the fingertips, releasing through the breath out, continuing to breathe in and out. Wave, ocean-like breath, this ocean-like quality within you, moving like the tide in and out, letting go of any fear, letting go of any anxious thoughts, letting go of any worries, breathing into where that energy may circulate deep in your body, drawing your awareness right into the depths of your inner ocean. Allowing yourself to travel deep into these waters. And exhale, let it go. Arising back at the surface, back at the top of this ocean, and allowing yourself to drift again, supported by the tide, floating, supported by your breath. This constant stability throughout your practice. And when you're ready, you can start to rise out of your butterfly, place the hands behind you, and taking this little windscreen wiper or domino-like effect where the right knee opens wide, then left knee rotates in, shifting right, shifting left, allowing that release through the hips, and finding your way back down to another rebound. You might like to support your knees again with your bolster, or you might just be happy here as you are. Closing the eyes, doing nothing, supported. Sensing yourself once again, supported by this ocean. Simply gazing out across to view this beautiful, calming, tranquil, crystalline ocean. The qualities of water, the calming serenity of it. Watching the waves roll in and out. Noticing the vastness of water, noticing the depth of it. That yes, water has this very serene and calming quality to it, but it also has a vastness, a deepness that can bring those qualities and energies of fear to the surface, depending on your attitude. So from here, either using a bolster beneath the lower back or just sitting as you are, starting to draw your legs up into your happy baby stretch. And whether you're using a bolster or not, you're catching the inner or outer arches of your feet or even the big toes. The knees are bent, they sit a little wider, and you can rock and roll gently side to side or simply sit still and steady in this shape. With the bolster in this one, it adds more of an inversion, a deeper opening through the lower back. Relaxing the stomach, softening the muscles around the belly, relaxing the face and closing the eyes. Releasing any fear. When working with this water element, a story that does come to mind for me that I feel is quite symbolic of what the water can be. And it's also symbolic of how two very different experiences and truths can exist together. And this is a story, a memory of mine from when I lived on a cruise ship out at sea. So one day, a dear friend of mine who I really cherish and love, who's from a completely different country and had completely different life experiences, together the two of us were sitting on the deck of this big ship together in the middle of the sea. We were out in the Mediterranean somewhere, and there wasn't a ship in sight. You couldn't see any land. We were completely centered in the middle of this ocean, this vast, deep, blue ocean. So if you're in your happy baby, just allowing yourself to come back to a position on your back, and then either rocking your way up to plow pose, where you can support the legs with your bolster or be as you are, or just grounding on your back instead, if that feels more nourishing for you. If you're in plow, you might allow the knees to bend, or you could say keep them long, or you could simply keep the hands supporting this region of your lower back and kidneys. So just really allowing for yourself to trust yourself in this shape. This is one that can bring up a lot of fear of even being in this pose. So trusting your instincts, listening to your body. So I'll continue with this story. The problem with recording my voice over the practice is I'm not always in tune with what the video version of Mish chooses to do moment to moment. It's hard to stay in sync sometimes. But this story of the water and the ocean, it's quite a memorable story in my heart. So this dear friend of mine from a different country, different life experience, we're sitting together gazing at this vast ocean, the Mediterranean Sea upon us and all around us. And we sat there together in silence for what felt like a few minutes or more. Not a word was spoken. We were both deep in this reflective state that nature can bring up within you. This reflective energy of witnessing nature in its fullness, witnessing the quality of water and the ocean in its fullness. And after a few minutes of silence and quiet reflection, the two of us began to speak. And I said to my friend, Ah, wow. The ocean is just so beautiful and calming, isn't it? You can slowly come out of your shape if you were within your plow, and now find your way into dragonfly, a wide-legged fold, using a support of a bolster or no bolster, and allowing again just a softness. There's no need to take the stretch to the deepest stretch straight away. And just allowing yourself to fold the torso, relax the neck, the face, the jaw, feet nice and wide, and grounding into this shape. So after a few minutes of gazing at the ocean, I said to my friend, wow, isn't it beautiful? Isn't it serene? Isn't it calming? I love the ocean. And she looked back at me and she had a completely different reaction and experience. And she said, no, I feel the opposite. I feel so small, she said. I feel lost. I feel isolated. I feel alone. I feel consumed and surrounded by this dangerous, wild, chaotic element of the ocean. Away from my family, away from my country, away from everyone I love, completely isolated with the potential of drowning. I can't swim, she said. And I feel so sad. And being her friend, I held her in this moment and I accepted her truth of the experience. And I said, wow, that's so interesting. I'm sorry that you feel like that. But the reason I tell this story is because both experiences are completely valid and they really highlight the water element and what it can be and what it can bring up within us. Sometimes the water element can come to this real beautiful place of serenity and tranquility, and it can create this calm, trust, and beauty where we experience that energy within ourselves and within life and all that surrounds us. But sometimes we can also experience the opposite, which is equally important to navigate. The isolation, the loneliness, the fear, the sensation of chaos and drowning and turbulence that water can stir up. And maybe if you've been experiencing that in life, the water element within you is not calm, it's not tranquil, and it's not steady. And it doesn't make you feel very safe or supported. So if that is your experience, rather than resisting or avoiding that, allow it to be there and allow that to be a teaching. Allow this to be a beautiful place of growth where you will come out the other side and eventually things will settle. You will come to that place of beauty and awe and tranquility that water can bring. But you must navigate the depths, the debris that is deep in these waters. Allow yourself to feel the emotions. So water can be a real emotional element as well. It can bring up our emotions. It's very connected to your hips, a place where long-held trauma and emotion can reside. So if this practice does make you feel vulnerable, that's okay. Allow the vulnerability to be there. Allow these emotions to move through you like waves, allowing anything that you've pushed down and not allowed yourself to feel to rise, to be explored and felt. And if this means just sitting with the practice and breathing with your emotions, being with your body, then that's fine too. So we're slowly going to come out of our dragonfly. You might take a little bit of a counter stretch on your way out if you haven't already, and then find your way back down to another rebound on your back. And as you rebound here, just witnessing whatever is moving through your body, whatever is moving through your heart, noticing this circulation of the blood flow, this prana that rides the breath and the blood. The prana is this life force, this energy, this part of you that is your own true nature, your own essence. Sometimes this prana in the practice of yin, it can feel like lightness or tingling, sensation of ease, or that dropping from sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic rest and rejuvenate response. Trusting whatever you feel in this space is natural, it's perfect, it's rising to be felt. It's a flow of energy, moment to moment, allowing it to flow through you. And if there is a lot there, coming back to your breath, breathing in deeply like a wave and out, washing that energy away. Breathing in deeply and taking long breaths out. In, out, letting go. In, breathing into whatever is there, holding it, not avoiding it or resisting it. Breathing out. In, out, coming to this wave-like quality of your breath as it flows into anything at all. It's moving into every crevice. Nothing is missed or avoided. Going in and out, but also remembering you only need to take yourself as deep into this practice as you feel comfortable to go. So we'll just take one more big breath in. A long breath out. And then bringing the right knee into your chest. Rolling the right knee over to the left side. Opening the left arm wide. So you're moving into a twist and turning your neck to face this left extended arm. Now you can support the right knee with a bolster. Or you can be in this shape once again, just however it is you are. Wringing yourself out like a sponge now. So noticing this breath moving all the way up towards your chest, your lungs, filling up like a sponge full of water. And then wringing you out. An opportunity to really release and feel that letting go sensation of your exhales. Inhale, filling up. Exhale, let it go. You might like to sigh it out. You might like to breathe out through the mouth. Deep breath in. Exhale, let go. And taking 2 more big breaths within this twisting shape. And beginning to draw that right knee back into the chest, catching it with both hands, giving it a bit of a squeeze and cuddle. If you've been using the bolster, just placing the bolster on the opposing side of your mat. Bringing the left knee into the chest with both hands, opening the left arm wide, palm in line with the shoulder, and directing the left knee across to the right side of your body. As you find this gentle twist, turning the face to face your left extended arm, breathing down into the lower back, up through the stomach, along the chest, upper back. Feeling the sensation once again like a sponge filling up with water. And then every exhale is that opportunity to detoxify, to release anything you've been carrying, any fear, any worries, or to hold space for any deeper emotions you've been neglecting. To really feel into that emotion, to feel into the experience, to hold it. To hold yourself in your own loving embrace. To feel the support and the cleansing and the purifying quality of water. Washing over your awareness, washing over your body, washing over your heart, washing over anything at all, any part of you that needs that quality of water today. And then beginning to draw the knee into the chest, giving it a squeeze, releasing the leg. And then we'll just do these little pelvic tilts, placing both palms along the lower stomach down into this position, just supporting the hip bones, tilting the hips forward and back. So as the hips tilt forward, you'll feel the lower back arch out, and then tucking your hips flat to the mat where the lower back sort of grounds back down to the mat. And really focusing again on anything you're carrying, any worries, grounding down through the feet as you do this. Breathing into any sensations. And as you imprint the lower back and ground through the feet, you're letting go of this energy, allowing it to sort of pour down through the soles of the feet or down through the lower back, release out through the womb itself. And then we'll slowly flip over now into Sphinx Pose, either supported with your bolster or you can sit in Sphinx as you are. The shoulders are over the elbows, the palms are out ahead. You're relaxing the back of the neck, relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw. The feet can sit a little wider here too if that feels nourishing for you. Noticing the surrender through the back body, this pouring out sensation of anything at all around the temples, back of the neck, face, jaw, letting all of that energy circulate throughout the body. Come back to this wave, oceanic breath in, out, cleansing, clearing, purifying, drawing in a loving awareness, a loving energy in through every breath in, circulating this new tranquil, loving energy deep into your tissues, deep into the cells, and letting go of anything less. Transforming fear into love. Transforming any murkiness within these waters to a more crystalline, beautiful energy and color. You might like to slowly press into the fingertips, extend the arms, and find your seal variation, opening the heart. And then starting to slowly bend the elbows and lower back out of seal to Sphinx Pose when you're ready. Or alternatively, if seal feels nice to hold yourself in, you can sit upright before you lower. And just do 2 more rounds of seal. Breathing in, lifting, opening the heart, opening the neck and throat, lifting out of the shoulders, fully extended arms. Noticing the real opening through the lower back. Deep breath in, drawing in this new color, this new vibration, this openness throughout the body, this openness to life, this trust as you feel the opening sensation within your own body. And take another big breath in. And beginning to slowly surrender back out. The forearms will start to lower back down towards the mat into Sphinx. The back of the neck will relax and soften. Slowly out of the variation, and flipping back over for another position now with the bolster underneath the sacrum. So this region where the cushiony part of your lower back meets your bottom, sweeping the legs high. You can take them wide, can sweep them straight up above you. The palms are open beside you, and this one's a really nice inversion to bring any of that blood flow in the legs, to flush it back down through towards the heart. You can allow this real fluid movement through the legs as you begin and find the shape, how it works in your body. You might like to keep the legs wide. You can even sometimes catch hold of the legs and allow for a deeper groin stretch with the hands supporting the legs if that feels nourishing. Or alternatively, you could sweep the legs back up high and keep the inversion as it is with an extension, where you'll feel more of a gentle passive sensation, the energy flowing down the legs, blood flowing, activating your parasympathetic nervous system, activating this rest and recovery response, nourishing all the different organs, nourishing all the different tissues in the blood. Breathing in this loving energy, breathing in the colors that symbolize love to you. Imagining this loving energy drawing deep into the cells, deep into your organs, deep into the muscles and tissues and joints, deep into the marrow of your bones. And then outwardly, all around you, surrounding yourself with this aura, this bubble of love and light, and calming, healing, tranquil energy, where you feel supported, floating, drifting with the tide. You feel any heavy energy being released out of this region of the lower back beneath you, where your body meets the earth. And taking a few more deep and natural slow breaths here. From here, beginning to release your right leg long and bound, bring your left knee into the chest, bounding the back or front of that knee with both hands. So you're in a variation of pontoon. If you find this bind a little tricky, you could rather have both legs extended long for the entire duration with the support of the bolster underneath your lower back. And taking a few deep breaths in here. A long breath out. Continuing to bring in this loving awareness, this loving energy into the body. Transforming and liberating that fearful energy or anything heavy or old or stagnant or anything you're just ready to release. Breathe in love. Let go of the fear. Let go of the loneliness and the isolation. Trust that you were never alone. You were so held. You were so loved and you were so supported even when you don't feel like it or know it. You have so much love around you. You have so much support. Bring the opposing right knee into the chest. And also never fear to reach out for help, for a lifeboat when you need it, for a friend. Know that you don't have to struggle alone. You don't have to stay in that place. You can go with the emotion and the experience and hold it and be with it, but you don't have to hold it forever. It's time to let it go. It's time to acknowledge those heavier emotions and feelings, to hold space for them, to say thank you for being here and trying to protect me. Thank you. I love you, but I now let you go. I'm okay. And you're training your nervous system and your body that you really are okay. And that you can hold these emotions for a short amount of time and then let them go when they are due. Let them go with love. So you can release both legs long and have a little moment in pontoon as it is, with the extension, this opening along the front body, this back bend supported with the bolster beneath the lower body. Deepening your breath in through the nose, and then just as you're ready, without needing to rush out, you can send the bolster underneath the knees, and we're just going to finish this practice now in Shavasana, in relaxation. So Whether you're using supports or none, grounding in the space, allowing yourself to feel the support of your own energy, the nourishment of your breath flowing in and out. Just holding so much gratitude to be here alive in this moment. So present with yourself for all that you've navigated through this journey, this voyage of life. For the moments that do feel rough and turbulent. But it's all temporary. Nothing lasts forever, even the moments of bliss. So the best thing we can do is stay present. To be in our heart, to be in love. To know that life is beautiful. And it's chaotic. And it's wild. It's all of these things. Both truths are relevant and necessary. The yin and the yang. And we can hold it all. So being with yourself now, breathing with yourself, relaxing into the body. Surrender to these waves. The waves of life that go up and down and all around. The waves that are always changing, never the same. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Life is a beautiful blessing. This too shall pass. Beginning to roll over to one side, taking a moment for yourself there. Grounding back in your body, grounding back in the space, noticing the sensations. Beginning to slowly return to a seated position, just slowly as you're ready. There's no rush to find this place. If you'd like a longer Shavasana, you're so welcome to stay there. Placing one hand on your heart and the other down on your belly, closing the eyes and connecting back with the energy and the sensation of the breath flowing in and out. And holding yourself, once again, just as you began, holding yourself however it is you are, in your heart, in your body, in your mind, in your energy, witnessing yourself, holding yourself in this loving, nourishing, nurturing embrace. Presence, with love, with deep reverence and gratitude for it all, for the highs, for the lows. And with that, we will close with 3 deep breaths, and on the 3rd breath, chanting Om together. Hands to your heart, take a deep breath in, a long breath out, deep breath in, long breath out. This one, inhale. Drawing the prayer to your third eye center for hope and dreams, to your lips for truth and honesty, and to your heart for love and compassion. With great gratitude, we bow. Namaste. When you're ready, you can enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for practicing me. I really hope that this benefits you.